Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today. Hey, it's Miss Dawn. You wondering how you can support our show, Mother-Daughter-ish? We have CashApp, we have PayPal, and we do have Vimeo. Support our show so that we can reach out to more women. Our goal is to reach and build a community of 1 million women. Why don't you come on and help us do that? Hello, mothers and daughters. Today is going to be a very nice, light conversation. But it was one that I was thinking about a couple of days ago because, just talking to different people, you hear so many things and you start to wonder how many people are feeling that way. If you hear my voice cracking, it's because I've been talking so much in the last few days. I taught a 6-hour class yesterday. I did a 3-hour class today. I am talked out. As a matter of fact, when I finished both of those yesterday and today, I went and just said, shut up. I don't want to hear you talk anymore. And I laid down. So that leads me into the conversation of what we're talking today about relaxing and different ways that you can relax. And the other reason why this conversation is so important right now is because as I've been talking to multiple people, they are so unrelaxed by everything that's happening in the world right now as we speak. And one of the things that people are not relaxed about is the looming threat of a possible recession. They are not relaxed about that because I know so many people that are, getting their businesses started, that are planning their 2023 ventures, that are wanting to travel more now that a lot of the restrictions are being lessened. And they are just very, very uncomfortable about this financial issue that could be happening. Now, those of us who have our own businesses and things like that, it's a little bit different than people who are working a traditional 9-to-5 or that are trying to get out of the 9-to-5 by starting their own business because it takes money to start a business. I don't care if it is a popsicle business. Guess what? You have to buy the popsicles. You have to buy whatever method you're going to use to distribute the popsicles. You got to figure out who you selling the popsicles to. You might have to buy a list. So it takes money in any type of business that you're going to start. And it doesn't take a lot for many businesses, but it will take some type of income. The other thing that I'm hearing people say that they're very uncomfortable about is this monkeypox situation. I know that it's a big health issue right now in New York. I know that it is a big health issue right now in multiple states. I won't even want to name any more. And the only reason I named New York is that I just saw a new report about the governor wanting to declare it a from the WHO and the CDC that it's a crisis. And so, which means that, the city could get shut down, businesses could close, they could do a lot of things with it. I don't want to talk too much about monkeypox because I don't know where, who, why, when, or origin, who's the first person that was diagnosed. I don't know all of that. And the reason I don't know all of that is because I don't watch traditional TV and I haven't watched a news program in probably over 14 years. So I know what's going on, but I don't know the logistics of all of those things. The other thing that's keeping people from being able to relax is just what's happening in the world with, let's just say the gas prices are increasing. It's being pushed more to go with electric cars, which I don't think, no. I'm just going to say no. And people are having to go back and forth to wherever they go back and forth. It doesn't just need to be work. It could be to visit family or whatever is mandatory in their life, and it's costing so much money. I know my little car used $23, and I used to be full, and because I don't drive every single day, that would last me for 2 or 3 weeks. But now, to fill my car up to get that 460 something miles out of it, I have to put about $55-$60 in it. And yeah, I have to put premium in, but even if I wasn't using premium, I'd still be using at least $50 to get the car on the road. But those are just a few things that are making people uncomfortable, making them in a state of unrest, affecting their sleep, affecting their mood, affecting their livelihood. And it's interesting because when I sit back and I think about it and I say, I just want happiness around me. I just want simplicity around me. I just want to wake up every day and there's no problems. And when I say problems, I mean like just major issues with like drama and bull and, those type of things. That's just me. I want to be surrounded by just goodness and love and positivity every day. That's what I want to be surrounded with. So I'm never looking for an issue. And so some people feel like these things are causing issues in their personal lives. I know people that have started to get anxiety and having to take anxiety medication simply crazy, simply because they are afraid of what's happening in the world, because it could touch someone in their family and then it becomes a family issue. So I get it. And so I really just wanted to talk about some different ways that you can learn to relax. A lot of these ways I've put into my own regimen, because before I learned how to meditate years ago, first of all, I need to tell you, it took me 3 years to figure out how to calm my mind down. And until I could do that, it never happened. I would try to meditate and I'd fall asleep. I'd try to meditate and I think about 55 things I needed to do. I'd try to meditate and I remember who I needed to call. I would try to meditate and I would just say, forget it, and just wake up. I try to meditate and I would end up taking a nap. I try to meditate and I could not calm my mind down. When I finally got it, I can tell you right now, I can be sitting in an airport full of noisy people and children and everything else, and I can zone out and be in a whole nother world in less than a second and bring myself back up out of that, because that's how I've trained myself now. But I will go ahead and get started and just kind of share with you some of my ideas on ways to relax. One of them is to connect with nature. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a nature girl when I think about it as a whole. But I do notice that I am a nature girl when I am out in the nature. Just like, for example, 3 weeks ago, I was in the Shenandoah National Forest, and it was amazing. It was so amazing that a few days later, I ended up at Caesar's Head State Park. And I just was like, look at me all outside, just acting up, just all outside. Like, looking at myself like, who are you over here up in this state park? Are you serious? But I don't want to do a camping in a forest, because I'm just not interested in meeting a bear in real life or Bigfoot. Now, don't get me wrong, if I meet Bigfoot and I have my camera, I'm going to make a lot of money. But if I survive is the question. But on a serious note, connecting to nature. Sometimes you want to just go outside and let your feet get grounded in the grass. Sometimes you want to do that just to get the energy from the earth. Sometimes you want to go on a walk, maybe in a park or something where you feel safe and comfortable, so that you can hear the most beautiful thing I love to hear is the birds whistling in the tree and all of the little crickets and all of that stuff. I like to hear it. But then my mind plays tricks on me and it says, you do know the snakes are probably up in those trees too. And then I go, okay, I'm going inside. So it don't last very long. It don't last very long. Another thing that you can incorporate into your daily life is breathing on purpose while you are meditating. I'm not talking about your normal in and out breathing that you do to sustain your life, but I'm talking about those deep breaths from the diaphragm that can help you, because breathing properly is a great part of something you can add to your exercise that helps you to relax. It helps to calm you, and it helps to get the stress out of your body if you're breathing properly. It also sets a tone within your body that also can help you calm down to meditate, because that's what I personally had to work on, was my breathing. I had to work on my breathing in order to get into a space where I could hear my heartbeat. I could hear my breathing through my ears. I could hear and feel myself calming down. It wasn't easy, but I made it happen. I will tell you, this is my number one thing here, is making a list of what you got to do for the week. Not what you got to do for the next day. It's perfect to know what you're doing the next day. Like today is Sunday, and I already know what's on my list for Monday. For example, tomorrow at 7 a.m., I have to file some documents for a client. Then I have to go to the bank. Then I have to pay a couple of bills. And then I have to continue my washing that I started today. So I know exactly what I'm doing tomorrow. And then I just got a call from a person who I'm going to be helping them to set up their podcast. And they said, hey, we're going to call you around 5 o'clock. So I know what I'm doing on that day. Tuesday, I know what I'm doing. I'm working on the client work so I can get it out in the mail for Wednesday. And then at 8 o'clock, I have a meeting with my travel ladies. And we've got 3 new members. So I've got to introduce them to our travel club, because our first trip is coming up quickly in December. And then we're planning for Thailand in the spring. So I know, since I am the lead facilitator of this travel group, because it was my brainchild, and I have to be in control of making sure everybody's comfortable, they're on board, and they understand that this is a very serious group, that we are ready to be out here doing what we do. All of us have kids that are grown and doing their own thing and working, and we are on our own time as moms to do whatever we want to do. It's our time to shine. We've done our part. We've raised our kids. We've been great citizens. Now we can spread that love in the streets. And I mean that. When I say in the streets, I mean in a very nice, wholesome Christian way. Woo! Wink, wink. Okay. So making a list of what you need to do the next day, or what you need to do for the week, is a very great idea, because then if anything new comes along, you can see where you can fit it in. I have a very big week, because even this weekend is my 30-year class reunion. So I know on Saturday night we're supposed to be going bowling, but guess what? Girl, got to get ready. I got to get my hair done on Friday. I got to get my makeup done on Saturday morning. I got to make sure I get over to the bowling alley on Saturday night. And since I don't drive at night, I got to get an Uber or either one of the girls to take me. So it's just like my week is planned out. The only time I can see where I have a real free day to really just do whatever I throw up in my mind. And I've got like several things, because I'm working on a book that I said I was going to have done by December 1st, but I've already told myself last night, no, we're going to have this ready by October 1st, because this can be a December gift to a particular niche club that I do have. So I've got everything. I worked on it last night for 2 hours, putting the pages in the order of which I want it. Tomorrow, all I've got to do is a little bit of my research that's already on the chapters that I'm doing. And if I really wanted to, I could set aside 5 hours and have this book done. But I'm going to take it in strides, because I have other things that I want to do. Plus, I don't like to make my life boring, where I feel like I'm working on something that is taking away time. When I work on something, it's because I'm motivated, I'm excited, and I'm ready to get it done. So make a list of the things that you need to do. That way, at the last minute, you don't feel overwhelmed, because maybe somebody needs you to take them to the doctor, or somebody needs you to, listen in on a call with them, or somebody needs your advice reading over, papers or contract or a book, or they want to share something with you. Do that so that you can stay organized in your life, and it will also help to relax you in your everyday life as well. Another thing is, do whatever it takes to release any kind of physical tension that you may have. And what I mean by physical tension is that sometimes when we have a lot of stress, we hold it in our shoulders and our back, and you start saying, oh, my back is hurting, or oh, my shoulders are hurting, or whatever. There's many, many ways that you can do that by, getting massages and, all those type of things. I started for about, for 4 months, I started getting lymphatic massages. Now I'm going to rotate, because I was getting bored, and I don't want to do that. But when I say getting bored, I don't mean with the person, because the person is excellent and a master at what she does, but I don't want it to be anything in my life to ever be monotonous. Like, I like working on different things every single day. That's why when I left my 9 to 5 in 1998, I never looked back because I don't want to do the same things every day. I don't want to wake up at the same time, get dressed at the same time, leave at the same time, arrive at work at the same time, do the same job all day long, and then come home, cook, go to bed, go to sleep, never have a life, and wake up and do the same thing all over again. That will never be a part of my life, and it hasn't been for 20-something years. My point in saying that is I am changing from the lymphatic massage. I've done it for 4 months. I'm going to now move to my foot massage guy, and I'm going to get my foot and leg massages. And I always have to tell Andrew, okay, look, this is the cutoff mark right here. Don't put your hands. Do not put your hands past this point. Let me tell y'all something. Sometimes I think I'm a little weird because the last time I went to go see Andrew, he's a little Asian guy, really, really nice and awesome. Doesn't know, much English. Or the last time I went to see him, I had a black Sharpie marker in my purse. And I was telling him, don't go past, right here on my legs because I don't want you all up in. Look, you ain't finna touch me wherever you think you want to touch me because you're the massage man. So I got a black Sharpie and I put a line. Don't go past that gate. Oh, my God. He was like, oh, okay. I get it. And so then I could relax because I was like, you see this black Sharpie mark? Do not go past that line, I did let him massage my arms and things like that. And even though I only want a foot massage. But the way they do their foot massage is really weird because if you go in and you say you want a foot massage, they be trying to massage your temple. They want to massage your neck. Listen, it's monkeypox out here. I don't need you touching my face. And I don't want you touching my ears, and you dang sure ain't finna touch my lips and all of this, neck and all of this. Don't touch my chest. I'm not trying to walk around with your fingerprints on me. So every time I go, I always say, I bring a box of gloves, and I say, okay, make sure you know that you're massaging me with gloves on. I understand that you want to touch the flesh because you can then do your Reiki and all. No, you're going to put these gloves on. So I never want to hear them say, because the first time they said, oh, well, we don't have, the gloves or whatever. Okay, no problem. I'll be back tomorrow. So when I came back tomorrow, I wasn't expecting them to have any gloves. I had my gloves myself. So I took my own gloves and I had him to put them on because I was like, no, you're not finna get me like that. It's things going on. Because when I go places, I wear my mask and I wear my hand gloves and everything. So I don't want to be touching stuff behind people. And I know that they, clean everything. I know they do. But for my own comfort and relaxation, as we're talking about relaxing, I take my own bed sheet. And it's just a little $3, $5 sheets I got at Walmart, but it's kind of like the sheets that I use to throw over stuff that, I'm never going to sleep on these sheets, but I just get a flat sheet and I throw that flat sheet over that little chair thing or bed thing or whatever. Massage table is the proper name. And that's how you going to touch me because I'm not going to lay behind somebody because you forgot to change I'm not finna trust your washing and all of this stuff. One thing that the pandemic has taught me is to be a little bit more of a germaphobe, and it'll probably save my life because I just don't be fooling up with everything and everybody. So I do know some friends who have started to do yoga. So my next pointer could be you could get into yoga. I'm gonna tell you this, and you might not know it, but there are many, many parks and different places that you can go, and there are yoga classes for free, and they just have you to come out and you can do yoga in a group with a group of people. It's not a private session, of course. Sometimes it's outside. Sometimes the community centers have people that come in and they do yoga. I was about to say yogurt. They come in and they do yoga inside of the community center where the air is. They have senior programs for seniors and elders where they can go and do yoga. And yoga has been said for most people that it really helps them to calm their mind, their body, and it's good for their health. And it's a part of what they've added to their regimen of exercise because they're not wanting to go to a gym and do certain things. Like me, I am not a girl who's going to go to a gym. It's not the way I want to use my body, and I don't want to see other people using their body like that. Like, I don't want to be in there watching everybody in their little skimpy no. My next pointer is one that we just touched on, but I just want to really say get into meditating, even if you only do it for 10 minutes a day, even if you only do it while somebody's driving you around. Like, I know when me and one of my girls, either one of them are taking me somewhere, I will just simply put my sunshades on and I will just close my eyes and I will just meditate on whatever it is that I'm discussing in my head at that moment. It's kind of dangerous when you do it by yourself, because if you get excited and you get emotional or whatever, you have to like pull over, because child, if you do it the right way, it'll take your life right then. And when I say take your life, I mean it takes over your life. Okay. The next thing, this is something that I did for 20 years. I still do it on a light level. I don't do it as hard as I used to. And that is creative visualization, i.e. vision boards. I used to have 2-3 I would have my personal vision board set up. I'd have my travel vision board set up, and then my work business vision board set up. I never mixed the three together. I would always have those set up. Now I do my vision board in a different way. I meditate on it. I creatively visualize it. I have a list of those things that I'm accomplishing, and then I go through those things as I'm meditating, and they always seem to really just show up for me. I have 2 more pointers, and one of these is the next one that I'm going to say. I'm a little bit of a hypocrite on this one because I don't know how to do this. And I thought at one time in my life that I was interested in learning, and there are so many free classes that I could have already taken. There's so many places out here where I live that I could learn this for free, get master people to teach me. But I just really have decided that me and large, what do we call it? Me and large places of water are not friends. I discovered this quite a while ago. I did a fire walking class and a glass walking class in Dallas, Texas. It wasn't in Dallas, it was in the outskirts. And it was a life-changing experience. There's been so many like when I did my skydiving, that was life-changing. But I did fire walking, and I'm talking about really walking on fire with no shoes. I'm talking the real deal. Fire that's up to your ankles or more. I did fire, and I was crazy enough, I helped build the fire. Like, who are you? But fire walking was something that's like, okay, I can take fire over water, because I did that fire walking like a champ. You hear me? I did the glass walking like a champ. Didn't get cut or anything. I mean, came out feet like a baby. And at the end, you have 2 guys that are there with the little soft brushes to like just brush any kind of little flakes that could have, stayed and flattened on your feet, so that when you put your shoes on or your socks, it doesn't go into your skin. So I mastered that. And that was in 2011. Everything that I've done that's been what you would probably consider crazy has changed different levels of my life for better. So this one, I feel like I'm a hypocrite, but I still want to share with you that I have friends that say swimming has helped them to calm down and meditate. And oh yes, people who know how to swim and people who don't, when they get in that water, they get calm. Something about water for some people. Look, I am the girl who didn't take showers until I was 25. I only took a submerged bath. I only took a shower at 25 because I was like, you know how you got kids and you ain't got time to be in the tub for an hour now, and you just need to take a shower so you can get out and cook for your kid. I said, okay, I'm gonna go and take this shower. I don't like when the water hits your face. Because by the time the water hits your face, the killer bee done got in the shower and got you. So I was not interested in that kind of, watching too much Psycho. That Anthony Bates messed me up. I might have to go back and sue them people, because, Anthony Bates and the darn Pet Cemetery movie got me, still shooked, not shook, but shooked. Those 2 movies, I just hate them. I just do not. Bates Motel and Pet Cemetery ruined me I don't even watch scary movies because of those 2 movies. I can handle Jason. I can handle Michael Myers. I can handle Chucky, little ugly self. If he ran in this studio right now, we'd be having a time tonight. Because let me tell you, it's going to be either me or him. And I promise you it ain't going to be me. I'm going to tear this iPad up beating him with it. But anyway, those 3 I can handle. But that Norman Bates Motel or Psycho or whatever it was called, nah, I didn't even watch the new version of them doing it because that freaked me out so bad. But anyway, back to swimming. People love to put their whole face under the water. I'm still trying to figure out. I was watching this movie on Netflix called Keep Breathing, and she was underwater looking for the black box to the airplane that had crashed, and she was underwater with her eyes open. And I'm like, how they do that? How they swim underwater with their eyes? I don't relate. I don't understand. My mind, no. Just no. My final thing and my favorite thing out of everything that I have said today: find you some music that lights up your soul, relaxes you, or hypes you up. Now listen. When I was younger, I used to like to listen to music that was putting me to sleep. So I would listen to music at nighttime when I got ready to go to bed. I stopped doing that because I realized that it didn't allow my nerves to shut itself down. And so essentially I wasn't getting that REM sleep that I really, really needed. So I stopped listening to music while going to bed when I was probably about maybe 24, 25 years old. I stopped it because I realized that it wasn't really healthy for me. So I don't listen to music then, but I'll give you my kind of genre of what hypes me up or what I love. When I'm working on something very, very serious and I got to do research and stuff like that, I like to either listen to somebody's podcast in the background where, they're having just a really great time and it's nothing I need to take notes on or whatever, or I like to listen to classical music, okay? If I'm working on something that's really, really fun and I need to be hyped up, I'm listening to Lil Boosie. I'm listening to somebody rap music that has a really good beat and ridiculous words and just, I like my real ghetto rap music. That's how I'm wired. If I am in my car, I really like to listen to audiobooks or podcasts and shows, talk format type shows. Really, really love audiobooks. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to put 3 new ones in the car now because I just took 3 audiobooks out that I was listening to on my road trip. But I'm getting ready to put 3 more in the car so that I always have something on deck and ready. But as far as music, I like a variety. Where I get annoyed is if I listen to the regular radio and I keep hearing Drake back to back to back. I keep hearing, and that dang, oh my goodness, that hours and hours and hours in song that plays hours on end on hours on end. I love the song, but I'm so sick of it at this point. I'm also tired of the song Pressure. I'm tired of everything Drake has to say because they play his song and not the same song, but multiple different songs every 2 to 5 minutes. You're going to hear Drake. I don't care if you switch from station number 1 to station number 2 to station number 3. They got Drake on deck like somebody decided. Make sure you play a Drake song every 3 songs that we play. So I am so sick of that. And I hate to say this, but I'm a native Houstonian. And we have a local station here. And yeah, sometimes I get tired of hearing the chopped and screwed music. I get tired of hearing... I'm not even going to say no name. I get tired of hearing some of the traditional chopped and screwed music that we have here. I love those guys, respect those guys. I'm from the same hometown. I'm born and raised here in Houston, but I do get a little tired of it. Playing over and over. And I often, and I don't know why my brain thinks like this, but I often sit and I wonder about, man, all of these artists out here that are trying to be put on that sound just as good as what we're listening to on the radio, and they can't even get a break. I wish, and I'm going to just put this out there in case somebody wants to take this on, because this is not my thing to take on, but it's a great idea that I will lend and let somebody borrow and they can have. Maybe if you do it, give me credit or something verbally. But I wish someone would start a podcast or some kind of show on the radio where all they played were up-and-coming artists, and then the fans get to, like the listeners like me, we would get to decide if that's a yes or a no, or we would get to compare, yes, that's just as good as so-and-so. I like that, play that over, and, send that over to the radio executives. And if that person is not wanting to sign with someone because they want to be independent, then guess what? Play their music at least once a day to let them get the credit. But see, I don't know how the payola and the credits and all that is set up behind the scenes, because I know there's a lot of payola that happens. So I don't know how that station would make its money corporate wise or independent wise. So I guess they would have to have some kind of funders that would be backing them that are already in an independent music industry type of situation. But I so wish that somebody would create a podcast or some kind of show where all they played was independent artist music and independent comedians comedy. The ones that are not signed to big companies, the ones that are independent, that are solo, that are just trying to make it happen. And then they can put their music up on iTunes and make their own money. I've been saying this, I promise you, for 7 to 10 years. I've been saying this. I started saying it when Angie was in high school. So it's been more than that because she's been out of school since 2012. I've been saying it since then because she had a group of friends who did music, and I thought about managing them. And when I say managing them, I mean just really getting them into the different clubs to be able to perform. And I was just going to charge them a certain percent. But see, they didn't know how to make the phone calls to be able to get on the docket to be paid. They didn't know that they probably should ask for some money from the door and maybe ask for money, on the back end or whatever. And I was going to put a contract together to be able to get them in those clubs because let me tell you something. I can make things happen when it comes to making a phone call and getting somebody on a stage or getting them noticed like that. So I would be a great manager, but I would want to be that manager behind the scenes, the one that nobody other than the person who's writing the check needs to know my name. Whoever the group is, get all the clout. Let me tell y'all something funny. I sent my daughter a text, Angie. I sent her a text maybe a month ago, and I said, I think I'm going to start my own band. And she didn't even respond to it because she's just like, oh, my God, I think she's crazy. But when I say start my own band, I'm talking about just a group of people who just do real corny, silly music, but can actually still be paid in some of these locations because there are clubs who hire people to come out and perform. You just never know. I just figured that'd be something fun, but that'll be something for 2024. I'm looking into, got my microphone ordered that has my child. I'm not going to tell y'all all my secrets. I got a lot of stuff that will be coming in on Amazon Prime in the next couple of days because I can't even tell y'all how I got this idea, but thanks to this one particular star that y'all love who can't sing, but because he has auto-tune microphone, y'all think he can sing, but he can't. And when he dropped, I'm going to tell y'all, when he dropped knowledge and said, well, the reason why I sounded bad on stage is because they didn't have the microphones tuned to the right tune. I almost cussed and I don't even cuss. If you can sing, it don't matter what that microphone is on. You can just bust out a cappella and sing. When he said that, I said, oh, so you're trying to tell me you can create a song. I got somebody that can write music. That ain't no problem. You can create a song. You don't even have to know how to sing. You put your voice into. You ain't got to tell me but once. And I understand the assignment. I might ask a lot of questions, but I understand the assignment. Listen, mothers and daughters, that is my rant for today. Not really a rant, but that's the information that I want to share with you today about multiple ways that you can relax on a daily basis. Once you become a relaxation master for yourself personally and privately, you'll be able to incorporate all of these things into your life on a daily basis. Like I incorporate so many different ways to relax and calm myself down and do things. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I sit on the side of the bed because I be wanting to just jump up and go. And I be like, sit on the side of the bed and I drink some water. I'm not a coffee drinker in the morning or anything like that. I just need to drink water for my body to get going. So I drink some water and then, I feel around on my limbs and make sure everything good. And then I get my day started. I look at my list the night before, but the morning of, I still look at it again and I go, okay, this is what we need to do today to get going with what we're doing. And so I have a light routine, meaning I don't do that same thing every day, but that's my typical thing is I drink water every morning that I wake up to get my body going. And whenever I forget to drink water, let me tell you something, my body lets me know because it'd be like, hello, we feeling thirsty over here. We feeling thirsty over here. You kind of need to get some water in us. Thank you very much, ma'am. My inner voice is just so sassy. She's a trip. She's a real trip. But anyway, Thank you for supporting the show. Please make sure that you are subscribed to our channel, Mother Daughter Ish, on YouTube, so that you can get our show from YouTube, and it helps us out with the algorithm. It helps us out with promoting our show and getting it out there and our advertising and all that stuff. It really helps us out in so many different ways. Doesn't cost you a dime to just take your finger and hit that little button that says subscribe. And if you want to know when our show is going to be coming out, you can just hit the bell and it'll tell you every time we upload a show there. We are making plans to start doing live shows, but that won't be until 2024, probably around the summertime or something like that. I'm waiting to have a certain number of subscribers before we start doing that, and then we can interact better than having to read the comments and respond later and all that stuff. So also, if you'd like to, and I'm hoping so hard, heavy on the hoping, that you will go over to Instagram and join us there at mother-daughter-ish_. It's mother-daughter-ish_. Join us on Instagram. We are nearing almost 17,000 people over there. My goal before the end of December or before Christmas, I will say, is for us to have at least 25,000 followers over there. So I'm working on all my plans on marketing and doing those type of things and going to festivals and, getting our name out there and everything. Again, Monkeypox is alive and well. So I'm trying to really keep myself to myself on the real. The next thing is, if you would like to financially support our podcast, and we have several people that do this, our Cash App is $, M as in Mary, D as in David, I as in it, a podcast. So that's $MDI podcast if you want to support us. We've had people send us $5. We've had people send us $50. We've had people send us $250. It's your choice if you want to send whatever you want to send, $1, whatever. But it does help the podcast because we go out, and when you go out and you eat and you share it with people, and you go to, like when I went to Shenandoah National Park, it cost me $30 to get in, and it's $30 per car. I was wishing at that point I had like 5 people in my car because we could have split that. But anyway, 5 people probably won't even fit in my car. My point is, it was $30 a car, so that wasn't cheap to get in there, but I was so happy to be able to video everything, and that video will actually be coming out very, very soon so that you can see all of the excitement. It is going to be a very long video because it was a very long trip through there. It was worth the $30, I should tell you. So don't ever think that I'm saying that it wasn't worth it, because it was absolutely worth the $30. But and that's my show for today on multiple ways that you can incorporate relaxing into your life. I think that it'll help you even if you just choose one of them. And if I were you and I were going to choose one, I would choose the one that I can start doing immediately today, right now, and every single day until I start incorporating the other ones in. Ooh, let me throw this in as a bonus. Another way that you can relax is by reading. Let me tell y'all something. Reading takes you into another world. Reading gives you the audacity to think about possibilities. Reading changes your brain. Reading puts you in another situation that you couldn't even think that you could be in. Reading is where it's at. I'm not talking about just listening to audio, but sometimes I literally take in a book, getting a pen and paper, and reading and taking your notes. I got so excited this week. Last week, my son calls me and texts me and he says, "Hey, do you have any of these books on your shelf? Have you read any? Because I want to buy some, but I want to see if you've read them and what you think." I think he sent me like 9 books or 10 books on his list. And I had read and have all of them on my bookshelf except maybe 4 of them. And I told him the 4 that I didn't have. And then I put a check mark next to the ones that I did. And one of them, I ended up having 2 copies. So I'm going to be sending him Outwitting the Devil, because I have 2 copies that I got from Napoleon Hill's grandson on an excursion. I think we were in Asia. Yeah, we were in Asia at the 100-year anniversary, and where they did the official one-time play, Napoleon Hill life play there. So I ended up with 2 copies of it because Sharon Lecter gave me 1, and then Napoleon Hill's grandson gave me number 2 books. So I didn't buy either of them. They were both given to me by 2 very, very prestigious people that, have so much wisdom and wit and enthusiasm for life. But start reading. That's a bonus for you right there. Start reading and put yourself into different situations, and your mind will start to think a little bit different, because you can. And I'm going to talk about this maybe in the month of August or September, but you can retrain your brain. Ooh, let me give you a little tip too. George Jetson's birthday is August the 22nd, so I'm going to be doing a whole revealing expose on how the Jetsons revealed everything that we are seeing today. Oh gosh, I only watched a certain amount of episodes so far, but I already have 40 things that we've been doing in the 2000s up to now that they showed you on the Jetsons way back from 1970 or 1950, whenever it came out. But anyway, we're going to be celebrating George Jetson's birthday, the character that was created, by the way. His birthday is August the 22nd, so I'll be doing that expose. I think it's the day before or whatever day that Sunday falls on, or whatever, because I think his birthday is on a Monday or Tuesday or something, but I just wanted to let y'all look forward to that. All right, that's our show for today. Bye. Hey, it's Miss Dawn. You wondering how you can support our show, Mother-Daughter-ish? We have CashApp, we have PayPal, and we do have Vimeo. Support our show so that we can reach out to more women. Our goal is to reach and build a community of 1 million women. Why don't you come on and help us do that?